Starting to the right side, we currently see our Team Liquid player. It is Hero up ahead 1-0 in this best of 3. And to the left side, we have YugiOh starting for Root Gaming today.
Tyler, why don't you tell everyone what happened to you this morning? I've been waiting for this story, and I don't want us to forget. We could actually talk about it tonight as well, I suppose.
I had the most horrible day ever so far. Long flight, very long flight. Originally I had a flight from Frankfurt to Seoul, but it was cancelled for some reason, so I had to go to Munich first. Then from Munich, flew to Seoul. And I arrived in my apartment, and everything was fine. You know, I was finally at home, and I just fell into bed. I was like, okay, I'm going to sleep an hour, and then I go to GSL. And then I wanted to leave, and I couldn't. The keys in Korea, how they work, we have like electronic pads with, you know, just type in your number, so you don't have a key. And I tried to leave my apartment, and it wouldn't work because you have to press a button, and there are 2 bolts that just bar the door. And the first bolt just moved as it usually does, but then you have to press the handle down as with the normal door, and the second bolt moves back, but it didn't. So I tried for like, I actually texted you and I called you. I'm like, hey, did you ever have the problem that you couldn't get out of the house? And you're like, what? Like, no.
Yeah, I was thinking like, well, maybe Tyler doesn't know how to use the thing, or maybe his battery's dead. I'm like, I'm pretty sure he would have told me if that were the case. So
no. I had my wits together for that much. So yeah, I tried to do that. That didn't work. So I thought, okay, I'm gonna be smart now. Oh, that's
he
a long
really wants that base. It's important though. With the gold minerals there, I actually understand his choice. This is so smart. Oh, Hero making all the right choices here. First of all, goes for the very important block. Then goes for the double block. He can even triple, and he does.
And he does.
Oh my God, YugiOh actually. YugiOh does make a spawning pool. Okay, now he does. I was going to say, this is actually absurd that he hasn't made a spawning pool.
He delayed that for an eternity.
And now he can actually leave 2 of those pylons down, I feel.
Hero starts with a Forge here.
He could actually try to counter.
And it looks like he is going to try and do it.
I don't think it's going to work, though, because the spawning pool was started.
It's too late. The spawning pool is already there. And the Forge is still not done, so that is not going to really work.
Yeah, he goes
but he's just saving his own base now, so not going to go for the cannon.
Still, though, I mean, with the pylon there, this is so annoying for YugiOh, who now is to make lings instead of drones that he wants to make, and then go and kill the pylon to get the base that Hero is going to have up much faster.
Pretty interesting opening.
Yeah, I mean, with the gold minerals there, it adds a pretty big spin. This is actually, I think, the second game I've ever cast on Icarus, and the game feels very different, even with just 2 mineral patches there. It's very Crevasse-esque, this map. It's kind of Delta Quadrant-like. It's a little bit...
it gives a nice touch to it. I actually like it.
I'm not sure how I feel about 100%. You know, the difference between this map to me and Crevasse, for example, is that, yeah, you have backdoor expansion, there's gold gas there, or rich Vespene, but this is a 2-player map instead of a 4-player map, so it feels very different. Oh!
He's going for the cannon.
I hope so. This could work out really well. If he does, it'd be so smart.
I can't believe that you didn't scout that, because usually YugiOh is the guy who will scout everywhere with Zerglings. And I saw those Zerglings run in the main base, in every single position, trying to find the probe. And that he doesn't check the 3rd again, this is going to turn out really bad for him.
He's moving a ton of links across the map. If Hero blocks with a 1 pylon here to complete this wall off, this is going to be terrible for YugiOh. Not only is he going to find himself cannoned here, but he's not going to be able to do anything with his slow links. He goes for the rocks at the back. This is an interesting choice, and Hero has no pylon to spot this.
Yeah, there's nothing to see that is going to be attacked. And Hero's completely focused on the cannons.
Yeah, this could actually be really bad. The tables could turn. Now he goes to check. He's like, wait a minute.
So well done. Look at the scouting pattern. Really, really well done by Hero here. Exactly what he has to do. But still, there are a lot of Zerglings, and it's going to take a while for the pylon to be there.
How many cannons?
Sentries does he have? He has just one. Getting the first now.
Just 1 on the way. He needs to... I'm not actually sure if he can...
He needs a cannon, and he needs a little bit faster.
He needs a cannon, and he needs a gate.
He just lost a lot of time because the probe wasn't in position.
He needs to send that sentry over right now. Cannon's already going to work on this hatchery. This is very unfortunate for YugiOh, but he does have the natural. Hero needs to send that sentry. There it is. This is going to be close. Even with the force, it's
going to be too close.
Lynx should be able to get it.
Yes, they will.
Oh, well, that was,
well, saving the cannon, I guess, but still, he can't even kill the pylon if he wants to.
This is really intense. Cannon is still not. It's still under fire here.
But he loses a few Zerglings already to the probes. So well, that was actually well defended by Hero. But on the other hand, I have to admit that YugiOh could have played this a little bit better.
That was just a weird situation overall. I mean, what if YugiOh had just gone in and killed the sentry and killed the probes and the natural, just ignored the cannon and said, well, I mean, you have a hole in your wall now. I'm going to run in with speedlings later if you don't fix that.
It would have been even better for him to just take down the pylon.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Because the surface area, how many links did actually attack the cannon? 2, 3?
Yeah.
And he had the entire surface area to take down the pylon. But then he loses a few of the Zerglings to the top right against the probes and the sentry. And in the meantime, the cannon also kills another 2, 3 links. And then suddenly he doesn't have enough to pull through.
I wonder what his follow-up is going to be now that he has no third base, because taking the third base is still not even going to be easy. It looks like he may go for a 2-base big roach attack. He has not touched these cannons at all. He hasn't even tried to. He's going to maybe kill the cannons and roaches if he does that. He makes roaches faster than his third base. Now supply block, losing an overlord. Things could not be worse for YugiOh right now.
Yeah.
He just remade them, but, you know, it costs a lot of resources to do that.
For YugiOh, this is really annoying, and now he is looking at the game and he's just doing what he can do. He's spreading creep really fast. He's going for a 2-base, style more, and this is something that YugiOh is really familiar with. He's one of those players that was really always he liked to go into 2-place infestors and then into a third base. In this game, he of course wanted to have the third. Hero didn't allow it, and still blocks the position. And this is annoying for YugiOh, who now has to just try to take the third a little bit later. This is why we see the early attack and now the infestation bit. He knows that it's going to take time for him to get the base up, and that's why he adds all those resources into his deck.
Hero, interestingly enough, added a pylon here for the second side to cancel that. And he gets away. YugiOh, he has an infestation pit, like you said. I don't know what a good fault for Hero now becomes, because I thought he was going to try to hit that big attack with the gateways, but I think he realizes now that this probably doesn't work. But he has not a lot of tech. He doesn't even have +1 quite finished yet. YugiOh has enough units to defend, and now Hero's in a position where he's facing a Zerg player with a lot of army, and his third base location is so far away.
Yeah, the third base for the Protoss player is just, it's really, really difficult to hold this position. But now, YugiOh is, the thing that is really going to be good for YugiOh now is not only that he has the Infestors, which gives him a lot of safety, so he can go into the later stage of the game. His creep spread is crazy. He's going to see everything that's going to happen here, and it's going to give him an edge with the speed as soon as he has to attack. Hero is now even getting the hallucination upgrade. And
ooh, I wonder if he's going to use that for Immortals, for example, or Stalkers. Because with this many sentries,
the thing is, yeah, sorry.
I mean, with this many sentries, I feel like it could be useful, but how useful really?
Doing it because when do you usually get hallucination? When you want to scout if there are Mutalisks, so you can do something about it. But he already gets the Twilight Council, so you know he doesn't. You want to have the scout, but at this point, I could definitely see him go for hallucination.
Yeah, he could actually just kill the base with force fields. YugiOh is holed up in his main, waiting for those investors. If Hero wanted to, he could force those units out, but he just doesn't have to. This is such an awkward third base on this map because it's so far away from both players that YugiOh feels compelled to stay in his main with his investors, whereas Hero at the same time doesn't take his own third.
Scout for the Phoenix first.
I feel like if he had fought units there, he would have used hallucination, but he didn't actually engage in it.
It was already too late. When you have the tumors there, your opponent C6. Oh wow, what a fumble!
These fumbles could end the game for Hero if he loses too much here. 2 sentries go down. That could have been worse, though.
This is one of those things that you just don't expect to happen. He has the Phoenix there, and he has the high ground vision. So in this position, him moving into the choke point, that's something you never expect. And that suddenly he does it with a chain funnel. That would have been worth so much.
Hero realizes this is not going to end the game. He makes a robotics at home. He's like, well, I got to deal with these infestors another way. Sentries is not the answer.
He also needs to have something to push those creep tumors back.
Oh yeah, he could actually get caught here by the speedlings, and then if the fungals connect, YugiOh doesn't react quickly enough. He hesitates here again.
Yeah, but he waits for the infestors. He has to wait for them. And this is the big problem that he has, and he's dodging everything. But the problem for Hero is really, he can't get rid of the creep tumors. So the Zerg player always has the vision and the speed advantage.
Yeah, and it's not going to stop. YugiOh is spreading it continuously right now. 5 active tumors. Hero has a probe at the third base, but he hasn't even started it yet. He's got a lot of minerals banked up. He should be starting that Nexus. I think he's a little bit concerned. He's also supply blocked. He's multitasking a lot, researching Blink now, which was in fact unpowered. I'm not even sure how. Oh, corrupted. That always gets me, man, every time. When I look at the first time, I'm like, what happened to that footage? Contaminated, I should say, as well. Yeah. I'm getting everything wrong.
All the pawns are detected.
Yeah.
Nope.
Ooh, he skipped that one. Ah, there they go. Those lings never miss a pylon.
Well, they missed the cannons, and that's probably the point where YugiOh got really, really mad.
Yeah. By the way, this attack is so fierce. My YugiOh's got a lot of energy on the best turns. He needs force field to block them out. He even sees them. Oh, so close. Now he walls them off with gateways. Box will be coming out here. Hero down in supply, but economy-wise, he is uneven, and that's never a good situation.
His upgrades are really awesome. Hero's upgrades are great.
Yeah,
He's going into +3, exactly, and +2 armor, so he is way ahead of YugiOh in this regard. And he has a very, very, very strong army here. The problem is really the map presence for YugiOh, but with only 3 bases for him, and not really the drone count that he wants to have on 3 bases, he has to rely on this army, and if he loses it, then suddenly Hero can overwhelm him.
Yeah, I mean, with the rocks, he can kill them. Yeah, there's some lanes, there's force fields on the other side. He's got that blue station. Hero using the blue station so well this game, not only to scout, but also very positionally, to make sure he knows exactly where his units are at all times. That one base is still just faking out the overseer a little bit.
With a later tech, he really uses those phoenixes instead of just using up the robotics time. So now he can dedicate the robo to immortals. He can dedicate them to all those colossi that he's now getting, and he doesn't have to get too many observers here. One observer is enough to detect the creep tumors, but for the position of the Zerg player, he's using those sentries that he has with the hallucination upgrade.
And finally, he starts to clear off these creep tumors with his observer. Blinks back away as soon as the Roach army chases. And since he always has the Phoenix on top of YugiOh's army, he knows where it is, so he knows the Stalkers are safe to pick off a few tumors and then get away, because he always knows constantly where is that Roach force. I don't want to get trapped by it. And he sees it again with the Phoenix. Now goes to the right side of the map. He's picking off more tumors.
And YugiOh is still trying to get his economy in shape. Look at those upgrades. +2 armor, that's what he has, but he doesn't have a single attack upgrade, neither for the Zergies nor for the Roaches, whereas Hero is about to complete +3 attack. The upgrade advantage for the Protoss player is enormous, and he's now getting the range upgrade for the Colossi. This is not looking good for YugiOh. He's trying to go into Brood Lords, but at this point now, Hero has a very, very good position. The only problem for him is really the vision. Yeah, the creep.
The creep is a big problem because like just because vision allows you to prepare whatever angle Hero throws on, and also just the speed upgrade. But Hero's army right now, I feel, with +3 range and that last Colossus coming out, could just end the game before Brood Lords are ready.
And that's the big question. Will Hero see that, and will he move out? And is YugiOh able to buy himself enough time with the infestors that he has and the advantage with speed of creep? If he does, then and gets the Greater Spire up and the Broodlords out, then Hero might lose this game here. Even though he started with a very strong early game.
Absolutely. Hero needs to realize this, needs to realize it soon. Maybe with a Hallucination Scout. If he doesn't know, and YugiOh has that 4th base, which he does now, and that Greater Spire tech, Hero is not going to be able to take a 4th. I mean, there's no 4th for him to take. The only one that's exposed right now has Lings scouting on it.
You know, usually as a Zerg, you want to have this huge bank, and then you want to go into Spine Crawlers. You want to have the Spine Crawler wall to just stop the Protoss player. And he never had this bank. This is why he goes for these attacks. He goes for counterattacks with the creep spread. He sees that Hero is moving out. He's trying to run past him and forcing him back again, buying himself time, because he can't rely on a huge Spine Crawler wall where he can crush his opponent from 2 angles.
I'm really worried for Hero. He needs to go soon if he's going to go, because, I mean, very soon he's going to find every single base on the map contaminated by creep, and then he's never going to be able to take a 4th without clearing it.
He has to move back again.
Yeah.
YugiOh sees him moving out, and he is immediately going for it.
He needs to sandwich him here.
And Hero is just moving back, losing time, and the Greater Spire is done, and now there is the bank that YugiOh needed. He's running away again, the creep assisting him here, having this huge speed advantage over Hero, and now we have 8 Brood Lords on the production tab.
Hero needs to go, man. He's making cannons at home, but he needs to go for the attack now. The Broodlords, 9 of them are on the way. Like you said, that bank was built. Hero is going, but he could have gone earlier. He could have set up a better defense or trapped those roaches, but Hero, he's still got a strong force. Even though the Broodlords are ready, this could work. It all depends on the micro of YugiOh. He needs to make sure the Broodlords do not get caught out of position.
Fungals. This is what it really comes down to. Fungal those Blink Stalkers and make them pay. And here it starts. Moving back, nice, well done once again with the burrow movement. Where are the Fungus? Where are the Brood
Where are the Brood Lords, man? That's the best question. Yeah, there they come from the natural, but Hero's already gotten to a decent spot. He can blink forward. Again, his Stalker count significantly reduced, though, only down to 23 here.
YugiOh is really patient at this point. Oh, the Infestor's a little bit too far forward. Moving back immediately, once again with the burrow upgrade that they have. And here come those Brood Lords. There is just nothing about the Stalkers. They are all the way at the back. He's warping it more. He's just waiting for a crucial number, and then he tries to blink beneath the Brood Lords.
Yeah, he needs to get into there. And Hero actually, I think he decided, wait a minute, I can't win like this. He starts a Stargate, probably going to pretty weak attack. His base in the bottom left, if he doesn't spread that, if he doesn't start it very soon, he's just not going to have it.
Really well done by YugiOh, by the way. He sees that there is an observer and he bundles it, so making sure that the hero doesn't have this vision. And those few Spinecross that he built early on to the top right helped him defending against the Zealotron buys. YugiOh is playing this in this position really well. Hero is definitely not out of this. He's going straight into the Stargate now. He wants to go for the Mothership Core. He wishes, but yeah, Mothership, of course. The Mothership Core, we have to wait a little bit longer. Can't take to that just yet. And at the same time, getting his fourth base at the bottom.
Yep. Now, Hero got this fourth base so late that he has no bank. YugiOh doesn't have a bank either, but he used all of those Brood, so he has those useful units already, so he can start building that bank now. Hero, on the other hand, like you said, protect the Fleet Peak and needs to spend all that gas on Archons as well as getting the shield upgrades out.
And talking about the bank that is gone for YugiOh, he started all these upgrades, so he's slowly but steadily catching up with Hero in the upgrade department. And that is not going to be good for Hero with the unit composition that we have.
Brood Lord's out of position though, he blinks under.
Oh my god.
And the run-by is going into the main base of Hero as well, but this is much more important, I feel.
Yeah, and here come all those Fungals. He's buying himself the time that he needs to retreat, even dropping a few Infested Terrans because he realized that he needs time to move back with the Brood Lords. Do we have another forward blink? No, we don't. The main base of Hero is going to be attacked. There's the blink, taking down 1, 2, right into the Spinecrawlers though. And here come the Fungus, and now suddenly the Brood Lords are in a good spot. And so many of the Stalkers are gone. Another Fungal hits, and at the same time, Hero is losing his main base.
Now he needs to get these Stalkers one more blink forward, would take out these Brood Lords, and there it goes. No more Fungals here. Trying to drop some desperate Infested Terrans. I think that YugiOh will be able to escape with some of his investors here. Oh, this is so close. The Broodlings, the Infested Terrans, and those Lings are trying to push Hero's army back. The main base, like you said, is under siege. He's starting to lose all of his tech.
Hero is losing everything here. He's doing so much damage, and this is once again one of those base race scenarios, but this time it is actually YugiOh who has more, and he's moving in with those Grubbers, taking down the Colossi. The Stalkers, they have so much to do here. They should be paid extra. They have to blink beneath Brood Lords, take them out, run back, save the Colossi. This is for Hero a really tough spot to be in.
Hero has made a ton of cannons at his last mining base. He sends some probes finally over to the bottom left base so we can start mining there. And this game is by no means over. The Void Ray again may be the hero of the day.
What does Hero have in regards to tech? What does he have left?
Well, he's got a Stargate and he's got the Fleet Peak. He's making a Void Ray. He could start a Mothership if he has the resources.
Wow. YugiOh actually never killed his base?
Nope, never killed it. And in fact, the probes started mining from it now. There are so many cannons, and YugiOh makes a mistake. He runs all of his roaches into cannons, they all die, and I think Hero has now done it with all those roaches dead. This is the end.
He didn't kill the base. There is still mining going on for YugiOh for Hero to the right side. 200 hit points left, something like it, and YugiOh just doesn't have it anymore. Losing the Infestor.
And he also just ran those roaches into cannons. Those cannons right there just killed all the roaches, and that's it. Hero's now going to wall up in his base. He remakes the Fleet Beacon for some reason, but just to be safe, I suppose.
Those cannons were smart.
This is such an unfortunate day for so many fan favorites, I feel. I mean, YugiOh losing this game like this, not to say that he had the game won yet, but he was in a position where this should not have happened to him like this.
Yeah, definitely. He didn't have the game won, but he had a position where he could have been the one to pressure Hero, and he had an advantage. But, well, Hero played this very well. The cannons were very well placed. He knew that he had to save those spaces, that he couldn't retreat with his army, that he had to push through, and that's what he did. So, At this point, YugiOh did everything that he needed to do, and it looks like he's going to claim this with a 2-0.
Yeah, it looks like it. He's nearly doubling his opponent's supply. This word ray is being very annoying here. He should be able to kill the Queen of this. Well, actually, the Queen of +3 Carapace will actually push that back, but all he has to do is kill this Roach Force, then he can basically do whatever he wants, and he can kill it however he wants, because the Roach is not going to kill these cannons. Maybe they kill the base on the right side, but that's not mine anymore. The base on the left side has way too much defense. He's making carriers right now. That's what's happening.
This game, that is
GG.
GG. And you know, we had also this one position in the match where suddenly, in the middle of the map, the Brood Lords were exposed, and he didn't see it.
Yeah.
He did not see the army of YugiOh moving toward the Brood Lords, and he was able to retreat with most of them, but he spent a lot of Infestor energy that didn't accomplish anything else but just delaying the Protoss player a bit and saving a few of those Brood Lords, but he still lost a lot of them.
Yeah.
So the run-by was great. The run-by was a really, really good decision, but losing the Brood Lords in the middle of the map and exposing them, this is what put him into this awkward spot where he suddenly had to deal with Hero's army attacking, and
I feel like Hero's map awareness with his hallucination was just a little bit better than Yu-Gi-Oh's. He was always able to know where Yu-Gi-Oh was, but I feel like Yu-Gi-Oh wasn't always able to know where he was, even though he had the creep awareness at first. When the game got later and he started to lose that creep that was right on top of him, and Yu-Gi-Oh didn't always use his awareness. For example, knowing about that base to the bottom left and never attacking it, not finishing off the base to the right side. These little things started to add up.
That must have been a misclick. That must have been something where he rallied his units and thought the base was either dead or thought they were still in range, that they can go with an A move and they would kill the base off first and then retreat.
Yeah.
But that was never intentional. He would have... Maybe, even if he is like, okay, well, I'm panicking and I have to do something right now, he would have left 1 or 2 roaches up there. There's no reason to leave the space alive. There was nothing to defend anymore. Only a couple of probes.
He left the tech at that base as well, completely unhindered. Then he accidentally ran his roaches into about 12 cannons.
Yeah.
What if he ran the roaches from there around that base and went to the bottom left instead? That could have been much better for him.
You know what I actually think that happened? I think that he had the scouting information of the base when there were no cannons, and he just rallied the roaches there. The roaches tried to get into that spot, but the spot was blocked by the cannons.
Against the army that was in his main.
He was micring against the army. The roaches tried to pass the cannons, and then they all just died without doing anything.
Yeah, bad pathing mistake most likely. I mean, just looking at the cannons, I don't even think a single one died, so he may have even been on move command.
Yeah.
That was a tough loss for him to take.
Hero takes it with takes it, and well, kind of what you would have expected in the beginning. I mean, my heart always breaks with Yu-Gi-Oh. He has these positions where he is just, it feels like he got a little bit unlucky, but today Hero just really got into his head.
He's got a lot more experience, and that's what it goes into. Let's take a look at, of course, our next and final match for the afternoon session. It's going to be Baby, otherwise known as TY, his initials, up against StarTale's Avenge.
And I'm really interested in this game. I mean, the favorite here is definitely Baby. I don't think that anyone is going to argue about that. He came down from Code S, is definitely in a spot where people expect him to go for it. But Avenge is one of those players that has been playing in the StarCraft House, and I want to see how well he does here. If he has a chance against Baby, it's a strong opponent, but he won against a Terran player in the final of his Code A qualifier bracket. He won against Kyo with a 2-0. Yeah, the 2-1 actually. And just going down his history in the Code A qualifier, he actually played against mostly Terrans.
You know, Baby is a player who has shown great mech play. He's shown a lot of different strategies. He's one of the best Kessler players I feel that we've seen so far in StarCraft 2. But in his Code S group, I made this joke, I think, on Twitter, but he looked like a TY Beanie Baby. I'm sure you had those in Germany as well, but I mean, he just got beaten up.
I actually don't think we do.
I'll actually show you a picture. I think you'll know what I mean.
Yeah, we might have them, and just different names.
When I was a kid, my sister and I used to collect them. We'd argue them, and then I had this book that had the collector's edition ones. I was trying to get the ones that would be rare and worth money one day. I don't have any of those anymore. I didn't actually end up keeping them. But I thought when I was a kid, I was like, you know what? I have a special penguin. I'm gonna have a special dog thing that has a cool poem. I want to make millions one day. Didn't happen. Now I'm casting StarCraft 2. I guess my life turned out for the better.
Yeah, I think so.
But Baby is a tough opponent for Avenge here. I think very much so the favorite, but you know, Avenge could surprise us. He's someone we don't see too often, so for him to come out with some really cool builds could be really exciting as well.
I didn't see Genius lose today in the fashion he did, so I would expect Baby to take this. but we have seen crazier things happen, and this is still the first round of Code A, and we have seen so many upsets in the past. So I wouldn't put it past the StarCraft player to actually, surprise us here and take out Baby. But still, Baby definitely the favorite here. He has such a solid play, and we've seen it in the Pro League, we've seen it in the GSL in the past. So this is a game where I really look forward to.
Same here, man. Players are in the lobby now, and I believe they've already done their settings. We've had enough time for them. They're both ready to go. We're going to start the game right away. First map will be on Akalon Flat. Second one will be on Belshevich. And if needed, the final one will be on Daybreak. Let's jump into game number 1 between TUI and Avenge.
In just a second.
Yeah, the countdown didn't start yet. I thought it was already done. I totally messed that one up.
Don't worry about it. It was like, wow, that was a fast countdown. I looked at the side and like that.
All right, let's jump into the game for real now. TUI versus Avenge here at the GSL Code A.